Welcome back to tutorial number 2 in AngularJS, and in this tutorial we'll be getting some hands-on to AngularJS. So first of all, what you have to do is you need to include a library or a framework of AngularJS which would give you the Angular object to work with, and you can do that by including your AngularJS file. So this is the URL I'm using, ajax.google APIs, and this is a Angular is a Google hosted library. So let's open this in the browser, and you see here that this is the library code, which is compressed code of AngularJS, and you see that it's quite huge, even it's compressed, because this is a framework. And if I remove the minified version, then you can see the elaborated and the clean version, and if you've got some time, then go ahead and try to understand what's written here, though it's not very necessary. Okay, so once you have included this Angular file, we are good to go. So Angular, basically how it works is that it's kind of different from the default jQuery or JavaScript you have been writing so far. Alright, so before even watching all these tutorials, I highly recommend you that you're having a good knowledge in HTML, in JavaScript, and not to mention in CSS. So we need these three languages perfect before we start working with Angular. Okay, so now once we have included this file, we have got access to an object called Angular, and this Angular object is the core of this file. So let's quickly write a hello world program in Angular, and then I'll show you what does that do. So let's say I create an input type text here. Alright, so we have got this page right here, this little code where I'm doing three things which you have no idea what does that mean. So first thing I have done is I have written a ng app attribute out of nowhere to HTML, and what does that mean is ng, every attribute starting with ng right here indicates the keyword Angular. So ng basically stands for Angular, but obviously you can't use them interchangeably. You have to use ng and dash app. Now this app means that you are working with the app in Angular, and then you need to tell Angular which app are you working with, or basically where to start off the code in Angular. So we'll be discussing about this ng app deeply in our later tutorials, but just remember right now that we need this ng app for Angular to know that where to start your processing of the special code we write in Angular. Okay, the next thing we have in the input type is ng model. Now there are many things in Angular like directives, your modules, controllers, filters, which may sound confusing right now. I know, because the time I learned it, it was to me like that, what the heck is going on, and I usually get comfortable with any of the JavaScript library or framework quick often, but with Angular it took me some time to get familiar with the things going on. So ng model is a kind of in layman's term, it kind of attach whatever you type inside this input box to a special thing called, I won't mention variable, a special thing called name. Now this name, whenever used in double curly braces, would output your text you have written in this input box, given that these two are inside your app directive. So let's view it in the browser, and here it is. So we have got input type text. Oh, this should be 2, I guess. Alright, so we have got input type text right here and hello with nothing in front of it. So once I type something, you notice magically this gets automatically updated to this thing. But in the HTML, if you see, then we have got this plain text which just says to print out 2 curly braces name and 2 curly braces. So you know now that expressions in Angular are evaluated using these 2 curly braces, starting one, then the name between or anything you'd like to have, and the ending 2 curly braces. So ng model attach this name one and sends all the values whenever this is updated to here or wherever this is used. So you could actually use it a million times, nobody's stopping you to do that, and every time you write it, all of these would get automatically updated. So this is a kind of hello world tutorial to you guys and getting a little bit familiar with Angular. And don't worry about these ng app and ng model if you don't understand it exactly what this is. And before ending this tutorial, I could actually make your concepts a little bit clear with this ng app. So let's say your ng app is right here and here, and if I reload this, our application still works as desired. But what if I remove this ng app completely from the code? What happens then? So now you see that instead of getting some blank space right here, we are getting output as pure text we supplied in the HTML file. So what's happening here is that Angular do not know where to start its code processing from. So ng app kind of gives Angular a base code from where to start, just like in C or C++ or in Java or any other programming language. We have got the main function to start off, to kick off the program. Similarly, in Angular we have got something called this ng app attribute to start with, and we'll learn about what we can give in the value as the quotes, but let's keep those blank for now. So that was a hello world program with AngularJS, and I hope you are liking AngularJS because we are gonna do a lot of fun with this bad boy. So stay tuned with me till then, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you then.